They call themselves the Bad Batch. Yes guys, today I am going to be talking about, I have literally just finished watching it about 30 or so minutes ago, Season 7, Episode 1 of the Clone Wars called the Bad Batch. So let's just go straight ahead. So I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Wow, damn, what a start for Season 7. As a fan of the Clone Wars, I was not disappointed whatsoever, honestly. And this episode, to me, really focused on the heart of what the Clone Wars is actually about. Because, you know, although Ahsoka is my favourite character, and although we all love, you know, big characters like Anakin, Mace Windu, Yoda, you know, this episode to me really was the heart of Clone Wars, basically. And I can't not talk about D. Bradley Baker because I think he deserves massive recognition. He literally voices all the clones and he does it so well. What a range that guy has. He does it all and they all sound so different and unique, the characters. And literally when you think about it, it's kind of funny when he's watching this episode back, he'd be like, yeah, I was literally just talking to myself. Honestly, what was fantastic was it made me feel as though the Clone Wars wasn't away for as long as it was, if that makes sense. Because although, you know, we were teased this back in 2015 and everything, and of course, you know, we thought season 6 was it, you know, we weren't going to be getting it again, and fans have been waiting for way too long. So, this episode called The Bad Batch really honestly did do justice. And to me, Dave Filoni, he loves Star Wars and he really is a fan, and you can tell. And to me, he knows the lore of Star Wars and what Star Wars is, and he cares about the fans. You know, he even said in an interview, he always talks about this, and he says that he can always bug George Lucas, you know, if he runs or needs any new ideas or anything like that. And he said that George Lucas always says that it's for kids, but he wants it to be for everybody, and his job and his purpose is to always try and keep it as much intact as possible to what George Lucas pretty much laid out, because of course, you know, George Lucas created Star Wars, so I think that's super respectful and I think that's really amazing. The music was phenomenal. It really just took me back into the heart of the Clone Wars, and I can't not talk about Kevin Kinner, who did the score for this, and he's doing the music for all of these episodes for Season 7, and he also of course did music for Rebels, and oh my gosh, the music was amazing in this episode, and he is fantastic at what he does. And he actually also did the music for the movie Ghost in the Shell. And if you haven't seen that, Scarlett Johansson is in that, and that is pretty much a movie of an anime. And I think it's a fantastic movie. If you like Scarlett Johansson, you like that kind of thing, you know, definitely check that out. So this episode started with awesome Anakin, Mace Windu and Rex and everything, and of course Rex, you know, fears that the Separatists are, you know, tracking the Grand Army's every move, so Rex teams up with Clone Force 99, aka the Bad Batch, and they fight their way through the Cyber Center, and I honestly thought that was so cool, their entrance of the Bad Batch. It was honestly really cool for me. I absolutely loved it. But what was sad though was Rex, at the beginning of this episode, which I should have really mentioned earlier, was sitting looking at a photograph of Fives and Echo and everything, and honestly, start of Season 6, loved it and everything, but like Fives, you know, Shaq T, all that whole storyline, I find that really super sad. And he even said at the beginning of the episode, you know, I think Echo is still alive. And of course, you know, he feared this, and he was right, because we got to see this at the end of the episode, you know, and he knew, and we got to find out that he was being held captive on another planet, you know, forced to transmit codes that show the Republic's moves, basically. So at the very end of the episode, he knew, because he heard and recognised his number, and he was like, yeah, that was Echo's number, which means he's still alive. So I think the next episode is going to be super, super interesting. It's pretty much, I'm guessing we're going to be heading to Skako Minor. And this episode visually was just breathtaking. It's stunning, as it always is. I mean, I've always loved the animation. I know a lot of people complain about it and it's not for everybody. But for me personally as a fan, I super appreciate the Clone Wars. I really appreciate the hard work and dedication that Dave Filoni's putting into this. The music, honestly, I really appreciate it. You know, I sing, I write songs, I play guitar, and I really do appreciate it. And I thought that how they started off the first episode with a bang was just honestly fantastic. I love how they just concentrated solely on what the heart of the Clone Wars is about. And damn, this was a fantastic entrance for something that us fans have been waiting for such a long, long time. And, you know, it ran so smoothly. Although I thought the animation has always been brilliant, this episode visually was top notch. The cinematography was fantastic. I thought it was very smooth, you know, how it moves from scene to scene. And I really thoroughly, as a fan, really enjoyed this. And I am super, super hyped for episode 2. And I really hope that you like this. I know it wasn't really all that long, but I just thought that I would come on and share my thoughts. I probably will rewatch it again, but I literally only watched it about 30 minutes ago. Please let me know what you all thought of this first episode. I will be really happy to know down in the comments section. And my favourite character is Ahsoka. Let me know who yours is in the comments. Bye guys.